Hello everyone. Again, I'd like to apologize for the lighting situation. I did have my dad check about 10 feet that direction and he said that he could read this. I will be submitting a photo of this with my presentation so that way it's easier to see. Now, let's start this thing. So hello everyone. Many of you may be at this point in quarantine, may be considering adopting a furry friend of yours to keep you from the loneliness that is isolation. Now, while most of you may not consider where you get this furry friend of yours is important, I am here today to tell you that adopting from an animal shelter is far superior than adopting from pet stores or puppy mills. By discussing with you the conditions that puppy mills are kept in, the conditions that animal shelters are kept in, and how the end result or how the pet is affected at the end. Now, first, I will be discussing with you why not to adopt from puppy mills. According to an article by Kenny titled A Local Approach to a National Problem, Local Ordinances as a Means of Curbing Puppy Mill Production and Pet Overpopulation, a puppy mill is defined as a facility that is poorly kept, has far too many dogs in the area, and where the dogs are treated poorly, bred throughout their lives, and are provided with little to no medical care. Kenny also states that 1/3 of pets that are found in pet stores come from puppy mills. So in this visual back here, I have multiple images of the conditions that dogs are kept in. In this photo, a medium-sized dog is kept in a small dog kennel. In this image, the dog is kept outside, which is really bad for them. In this image, the dogs are kept in, again, small cages. There's 2 of them per cage, and the dogs themselves have low hygiene. This dog has a dirty, unkept floor with no food or water even visible in the photo taken of the kennel. And this one has an unsanitary kennel as seen by the hair at the bottom of the kennel here. And all of this information can be found at humanesociety.org, titled The Horrible 100. Now, Kenny also, or according to an article by Shamel, made in the Midwest, Missouri puppy mill problem and how it should be fixed. Missouri is one of the top states in puppy mill production, with 30% of the puppy mills in the United States coming from Missouri itself. This shows how this can also be a local problem, and how by adopting from animal shelters, it would lower this number and making Missouri a better state. Now that I have gone over the conditions found in puppy mills, I will be going over the conditions in animal shelters. According to an article by Shabram and Mateless, Negotiation and the Challenges of a Calling, Emotion and Enacted Sense-Making in Animal Shelter Work, an animal shelter is a facility that focuses on preventing animal cruelty and offers temporary housing for animals that are lost, stray, or abandoned. This can include animals that, and by lost and abandoned, this means that animals that were either their owners were no longer able to take care of them, or they simply neglected them, and or they got loose and the owners didn't want to find them. According to an article by Spencer, Behar, Horstein, Alfmouth, Harth, Applebaum, and Manuel and Izzi titled Factors That Influence Intake to One Municipal Animal Control Facility in Florida, a Qualitative Study, animal shelters are not only allowed to help and foster these animals, but they are allowed to let people adopt them to find better homes and to foster them. According to the Humane Society of the United States, in an article titled Top 10 Reasons to Adopt, humane societies and animal shelters are also able to provide medical procedures before the animals are adopted, such as neutering and spaying, which helps prevent overpopulation of this animal species as a whole, and also provides them with a longer, healthier life. Now that you understand the major differences between puppy mills and animal shelters, I will now be discussing what happens to an animal after they're adopted from either facility, and why the animal adopting from an animal shelter is actually helping other animals. According to the Humane Society from the same article, by adopting from animal shelters, you are actually able to help animals, help other animals that you don't adopt by providing them with more space in the shelter. Now, in our survey I provided, or in a survey I took of the class on February 21st, 2020, 10 out of 12 of people believe that animal shelters should not euthanize animals. By adopting animals, you are actually preventing this process. And the majority of animal shelters do not euthanize their animals, they actually move them to other facilities. And 11 out of 12 people from the same survey said that shelters are not good conditions. However, there are codes that animal shelters are kept on and are far better than puppy mills. Dogs from puppy mills also often have behavioral issues and have negative actions and emotions towards humans due to their treatment in puppy mills. In conclusion, people should start adopting from shelters rather than puppy mills. This is due to the conditions in the puppy mills, conditions in animal shelters, and how adopting from shelters can help animals better than mills can.